Sancho's replacement? Coaching changes? Ruben Amorim's surprise admission? Let's break down the inside story you won't hear anywhere else. Man United's next big move is already approved. Jadon Sancho has already approved Man United signing his replacement. He's the next one. Callum Hudson-Odoi is reportedly on the radar of Manchester United, and the forward has previously been heaped with praise by his close friend Jadon Sancho. Manchester United's Jadon Sancho has previously sang the praises of Callum Hudson-Odoi, who is currently on the radar of United and head coach Ruben Amorim. Sky Sports report that recruitment figures at Old Trafford are keeping a close eye on the 24-year-old Nottingham Forest winger as he contemplates his future at the City ground. Hudson-Odoi will be keen to stay in Nuno Espirito Santo's plans after Forest ended their 30-year wait for European qualification with a home draw against Leicester City. The forward's contract is up next summer, and it's understood that discussions are underway about signing new terms in Nottingham. However, this comes as United reportedly show interest ahead of a busy summer, aiming to revamp their weakest domestic squad in over 50 years, reports the Manchester Evening News. Reports on Wednesday claim that the club are targeting at least 3 priority signings, with Matheus Cunha, Liam Delap and a new midfielder on the list. Sancho, who is said to be close to Hudson-Odoi, has had a challenging time at Old Trafford since leaving Borussia Dortmund. The 25-year-old is currently on loan at Chelsea, United's Premier League rivals, and his contract includes an obligation for a permanent move to Stamford Bridge. He has previously spoken highly of Hudson-Odoi, praising his fellow forward's key attacking skills and predicting a bright future for him. Back in 2019, Jadon Sancho famously praised his mate during an interview, saying, "Me and Callum are close friends," and adding, "We've played with each other at England." He went on to big up the Chelsea winger. "He's the next one, I would say. He's very good, very talented, fast and good dribbling skills." Sancho also recalled how he advised Hudson-Odoi about his future. "I have told him the Bundesliga is a nice league. I just told him to do whatever is best for him and whatever makes him feel comfortable." As Hudson-Odoi nurses a hamstring strain, his return to Premier League action hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, Nottingham Forest may have bagged a spot in the Europa Conference League, but they're setting their sights sky-high with dreams of kicking on to nab a coveted Champions League place as crunch time approaches and the top teams duke it out. Loved by Mourinho at Man United, reaching England final with Foden and Sancho. Now I want Wembley. Aidan Barlow and Rochdale are targeting promotion through the National League playoffs as they seek a return to the Football League. It's the time of year where Wembley is the destination of choice. From the FA Cup final to the playoffs, clubs, managers, players and fans are chasing a dream day out in the capital. Rochdale are no different. And for Aidan Barlow, a winning afternoon under the arches would complete something of a personal arc from Manchester United to training alone without a club during the pandemic to being back in the Football League. Dale saw their 102-year stay in the Football League end in 2023, having only been relegated from League One 2 years earlier. A host of financial issues followed, before a takeover by the family of local businessman Peter Ogden last year finally brought some stability. Barlow arrived after that period of turmoil, joining at the start of this season, and knows more than most about the roller coaster life of football. "Football is crazy with the highs and lows, but you have to stay grounded, humble and level-headed," he reflected. This is a player who caught the eye coming through the academy at United, impressing under the guidance of Niki but in starring and scoring in youth league games. Jose Mourinho was a fan. Barlow was only 18 when Mourinho promoted him to first-team training ahead of a clash with Pep Guardiola's City. United had just come from behind to beat Juventus 2-1 in Turin in the Champions League, and Barlow had impressed in the youth league equivalent, scoring in a 2-2 draw. It wasn't the first time the midfielder had been in and around the senior setup, but it made headline news and led to suggestions he could break through. Ultimately, despite a show of faith from Mourinho and his successor Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that first-team debut didn't materialize. He was frequently involved in first-team training sessions and earned international recognition, playing a key part in England's run to the Under-17 European Championship final in 2017, where they were beaten on penalties by Spain. Barlow was the sole England player to convert his spot kick in the shootout after the Young Lions conceded an equalizer with the last kick of the game in a 2-2 draw. Mourinho had been impressed with the cultured left-footer during his Old Trafford stay, and under Solskjaer, Barlow joined Norwegian side Tromsø on loan after conversations with the United staff about the best way to break into the first team in Manchester. Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard were among the senior players to take the Salford boy under their wing. Everyone was welcoming, but the ones who have come through like Marcus, Jesse, and Andreas Pereira knew what it was like and where they had come from them, and they guided you and helped you. He recalled of his time on the fringes of the first team, summing up training and Ruben Amorim makes Man United admission after conceding they'd be better out of Champions League. The Manchester United boss knows that he needs to win next week's Europa League final to stop pressure mounting on his job, but is aware that winning it will make life difficult next season. Ruben Amorim knows the pressure on him will intensify if he cannot lead Manchester United to Europa League glory next week. Amorim has already admitted lifting the trophy, and with it securing Champions League football next season, may not be the best outcome as he looks to rebuild his squad. The Portuguese coach knows he needs more time to work with his squad, and that the added burden of 8 European games is likely to hamper his chances of progress. But with United down in 16th place in the table and about to complete their worst season of the Premier League era, Amorim knows he has no option but to win in Bilbao. Asked about the pressure on him increasing if United fail to beat Spurs next Wednesday, Amorim said, "Yeah, for sure, if we don't win. But I'm not concerned about that. It's going to be really bad if United lose. I don't want to use that as an excuse, but it's going to be really tough. That's my feeling. The patience of the fans and you guys, and the patience for next season will have reached its limit, and we'll have to be perfect." Pressed on why he felt United may be better off without Champions League football next season, Amorim said, "That is my feeling. We need more time with the team. We need to arrange a lot of things at Carrington, United's training ground, and we need more time, not think game by game. Then we have the squad. We proved this year we need to be a better squad if we want to win European games and then be really competitive during the Premier League." Despite the most shambolic season since United were relegated in 1973-74, Amorim said he can sense the excitement building at the club ahead of the make-or-break European final. "You can feel that a final is different," said Amorim. "This season has been really tough on everyone, not just the results, but also the changes in the staff. You can feel it in our club. We are addressing that during the season. We are changing the way we play during the season. We have had so many bad results in the Premier League, so the environment is tough at the moment. But when we're preparing a game in the Europa League, the environment is a little bit different. You can feel the excitement, but at the same time you can understand the environment this year is really tough." Even though they have underperformed in the Premier League this season, Amorim knows his players are capable of lifting themselves next week to end a tough campaign on a high. "Our players have proved in the past that, in these kinds of games, they can do that," said Amorim. "So we will be prepared for the game. It would be massive for us to win something, to give something to the fans. My message to the players." Jason Wilcox has already started talks to replace outgoing Manchester United coach. This week's Man United Academy Notebook on the latest ongoings. Brought to you by the Manchester Evening News. The Manchester Evening News provide more coverage of United's academy than any other outlet, and we experimented by publishing an Academy notebook last season. The notebook was brought back during the 2024-25 campaign, and its purpose is to provide readers with digestible information about the current ongoings around the youth setup. Lawrence leaves United. Last week, the Manchester Evening News reported that Lawrence was likely to leave United's academy, and his departure has now been confirmed as he looks for a new challenge. Sources have said Lawrence is open to working in a first-team environment or a fresh academy challenge for the next step of his career. The 39-year-old has been offered roles in English Football League first-team coaching setups and is currently weighing up his next move ahead of the new season. Neil Wood was the last high-profile coaching departure from the academy. Wood managed the U21s for 3 years, and he was appointed at class of '92 owned Salford after his exit. Lawrence seems likely to take a similar route and could manage a first team next season. Cox bids farewell to Lawrence. Head of the academy, Nick Cox, thanked Lawrence for his contribution, saying, "Adam has contributed greatly to our club throughout his 4 years at Manchester United. His passion for helping young players to maximize their potential has played an important role in the success of our academy system. We take great pride in supporting and witnessing the development of our staff. Adam is a fine example of that, moving up from the under-16s to the under-18s, enjoying success, and now being ready to seek a new challenge in the game." The whole of the academy thanks Adam for his service and wishes him the very best of luck for the future. It's understood talks are already underway to find a suitable replacement for Lawrence, with Cox and Jason Wilcox in the process of deciding who could continue his good work at Carrington. Mantado called up to England. Bendito Mantado signed his first professional contract with United last week, and it was confirmed on Monday that he will represent England at the upcoming 2025 U17 European Championship. The most talented youngsters in the country have been included in the squad. Mantado is regarded as a rising star at United, and he was named on the first-team bench for home and away legs against Athletic Bilbao in the Europa League. The men reported in November that Mantado could be promoted to the first team by Ruben Amorim, and the youngster has subsequently been involved in senior squads. The Academy Awards. Academy staff will decide which youngsters deserve to win the Denzel Haroun Reserve Player of the Year Award and Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year Award, which both have an illustrious roll of honor